Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for another game theory psychology sort of video. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel. If you want, I appreciate it. Thanks. It does help if you support the channel. If you want to leave a like, helps the algorithm. If you want to sub, it does help the algorithm. It takes a second. I'll wait. Okay, I hate you. I hate you too. So the psychology sort of video about this too. You only need to find that one thing to make you love somebody, right? Let's assume loving that somebody is a video game, right? And I bring this up because I did that sort of social experiment you could call in that recent video. And I said that I think people underestimate the fact that, or the amount of people that will play a game just for one reason, right? And when I was talking about the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game, right? I was talking about, not that I think it would have made the game successful, but when people talk about that game and they're like, oh, having Kim and the other Kim brother, or having Krauser in it immediately, or any of these other characters, that wouldn't have helped the game or anything like that, because no one would ever play a game for one character. Now, as I said before, I don't think that's actually true. Do I think that would have made the Mark of the Wolves, or City of the Wolves, excuse me, popular, or successful, right? I mean, I don't think that, but certainly I think, spending thousands and thousands of dollars to get Ronaldo or Gananchi, I still haven't looked up how to say his name, I'm sorry, all those thousands of dollars that they spent on those characters, right? And that's not that the characters gameplay wise are terrible or something like that, but I would assume the crowd that would play just for them is a pretty small portion compared to what you paid for them. So is the juice really worth the squeeze there, right? Whereas I do think you probably had some people that would have played the game if Kim was in it. The other Kim brothers, the Krauser, some of these people that they want to play, right? Another example I left in the comments was, look at a game like Strive. Look at Bridget. How many people bought Strive because of Bridget in the retcon? A lot of people. A lot of people, right? People, and this is like the psychology thing, right? You can find that one reason, say, to look at an abusive relationship or something like that, maybe, well, a girl can be abusive too, but, let's say the girl's in an abusive relationship with the man is abusive, right? But you know what? Even though it's a toxic relationship or something like that, maybe he's abusive, there's that one thing that keeps the girl coming back. Maybe the guy's just got a big dick or something like that. Or maybe some girls like drama too, right? Who knows? Just like maybe you like this girl is toxic, but you know what? Oh man, maybe she gives, the sex is amazing, right? You find one reason that makes you stick with her, right? Video games are the same thing. People are petty. People will get a game just for one reason. Maybe they'll get a game. They just need that one good reason, right, to love somebody or to hate somebody, right? Bridget and them doing this retcon and everything like that, look at how many people it brought to Strive, because there's this one reason they're like, wow, I feel like this game is for me. I don't care that it's a retcon. I'm delusional, right? So just like, and that's why I talk about like so many video game stuff, say the Dragon Ball Fighter Z thing is an example. People were always going to buy Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Dragon Ball game. People bought the Ultimate Battle Fuck My Shit, right? Game is terrible. Probably one of the worst video games of all time, man. Ultimate Battle, Dragon Ball Z 26 Fuck My Shit, whatever the game is called, right? That shows you that you have an audience that is going to buy your game no matter what. So what did I say for Dragon Ball Fighter Z, why it's one of the biggest drop balls ever in fighting games, is because you can see there's a bit of an idea there to put a new system in a game with that tug of war between fireballs, homing, dashing, and reflecting, and all this kind of stuff. This is a meta that cannot exist in any other fighting game. Ryu cannot do homing dashes and all this kind of stuff. That's why I said for Dragon Ball FighterZ, you should have focused more on this meta, because you could potentially have somebody that might be like, you know what? I don't really like Street Fighter. I don't really like King of Fighters. You know, maybe they like some kind of fighting game, but they need a new meta, a new idea to inspire them, right? And they're like, you know what? I can't get this meta in Tekken. I can't get this meta in Soul Calibur. I can't get this meta in King of Fighters. I can't get this meta of, you know, Guilty Gear, whatever it might be. But you're like, Dragon Ball FighterZ, this is a new perspective on a fighting game that I can't get anywhere else. And the idea that it would be risky or something like that, I don't really think holds any weight, because the Dragon Ball IP is so strong, you're going to have people buying your game even if it was shit. So you have the actual opportunity, a rare opportunity, to create a new system in a fighting game, which isn't generally possible, right? Because generally, you know, you think about a fighting game, 2 characters on a screen. I know tag team games, but generally 2 characters on a screen, a background, and some music. There's only so much you can do in the medium, right? That's why I say, you know, I'm talking shit about the Guilty Gear retcons and everything like that, but, you know, props to the Guilty Gear people. They still make amazing characters, don't they? Guilty Gear characters, they're amazing, right? I think Bridget is cool, right? I just don't like the retcon, right? But, you know, generally speaking, it's pretty hard to make a completely new fighting game, right? I've said so many times before, and, you know I repeat the same things often, right? I do ramble, but sometimes you just need to hear it phrased in a different way to make it like stick, to make sense, right? You know, I've talked about before, again, this isn't me saying that I could make my own fighting game 100% from scratch, because, you know, I don't think I could. Could anybody make a truly 100% unique fighting game? You know, I don't know. Probably not, right? But what is the problems when you think about these new games being made, right? And when I talk about, you only need to find that one thing that you love about a video game. That one thing, you know, I made that last video. Why would you play this one game? A lot of people will play it just for one character, even though, you know, when I see people in this discourse about, you know, City of the Wolves, and that nobody cares about these Fatal Fury characters, no one would have bought a game for Kim or some shit like that. I'm not saying it would have made it successful, but you know what? You wouldn't have had to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to bring in the person that likes Kim, to bring in the person that likes Krauser, whoever it might be, because this is already an established character. You already know you got that fanboy there, right? It doesn't cost you anything, right? So a lot of people, and I use the example like a game like Karna's Revenge. I don't think Karna's Revenge is the most amazing game ever, but you know why I tried it again, you know, back in the day? Because I like Mizoguchi. Mizoguchi is cool. And that's why I said I did this social experiment. Put in the comments, how many times have you actually played a game just because you like that one thing in the game is special to you that you don't get in other games? Even if it's a game with many other different, like, you know, variations. I just like how Ryu plays in this game. I like Ryu in Street Fighter. Man, maybe it's Second Impact and you like all the Denjin Hadoken. You like having multiple Denjin Hadokens, right? You know, who knows, right? I mean, maybe you like Ryu in this other game. You don't like him in this game. Maybe you like Ken in this game. Oh, but I don't like him in this game. Maybe I like Strider in this game, but I don't like him in this game. And so that's the game you play, right? People do that. And if you look at the comments of my videos, that just proves it, right? But this also goes to when I talk about the problem of video games nowadays, is they are hiring people who only like and only play games for a specific type of character. But all these teams that are getting, you know, hired to make these games, they all like the same thing. They all just like this sort of anime character, this anime fighting game. They don't appreciate Street Fighter 2, where it was actually a boiling pot of people who like multiple different things, right? 2XKO, Invincible, all this kind of shit, right? You're hiring people that like one specific type of thing. I mean, like, look at again, 2XKO. How many times have I talked shit about it? And again, I know I said it earlier. I know I say the same thing, but I try to paraphrase it or relate it to something else to make it stick. 2XKO, why do you think one of the reasons that in 10 years they've done what they have done, which isn't much, if anything, right? Despite calling themselves the greatest, this is the great, this game is made by like the greatest minds in the history of the scene. Complete bullshit, right? Because they hired people that only like one thing. Now, it's not bad. It's not bad if you have a team of people who like one thing, but if everybody likes the same thing on that team, if everybody is only playing the game for the same thing, I'm doing Illuminati or some shit. It wasn't on purpose. What is Illuminati? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not bad to have something that you are drawn to, right? I like specific characters. There are certain characters, like I said, I just played Carnage Revenge because I like Mizuguchi, right? I like how this character plays in this game. But you know what the difference is between me and other people? I can appreciate multiple perspectives. That's why I've been able to predict so many games. And I've been able to predict the meta of them from simple stuff, foundational stuff, to the crazy combo video stuff, right? And how often are the craziest combo videos that people still to this day try to use tasks to recreate and all this kind of stuff? It's with simple characters. Because do you know what? Think about it from this perspective. You have quotation marks combo video guys, right? People that, did you ever see people they post on Twitter? I'm a combo video guy. Hire me. I'm a combo video guy. I mean, look at the fucking Hope Armstrong. I contributed to the Kai Wiki that I just took from Clayton. I don't know their voice. Do they have a guy voice? What the fuck, dude? Give me a break. Contributed to the Kai Wiki. Hire me. Absolutely ridiculous. But think about all these combo videos. These people that are combo guys, tech guys, right? And when they make combo videos, and obviously I'm very proud of myself for this, a lot of times you see these guys, they do combo videos or tech videos, and it's for the characters that are supposed to be combo characters. It's for the characters that are supposed to be tech characters, right? But look at the videos I do, right? And it's totally true. All the craziest combo videos that in the history of fighting games that people still try to recreate. People still try to recreate stuff that I've done 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it's been, right? Year after year after year after year after year. But think about the characters I'm doing it with. It's with the simple characters that aren't supposed to have combos. That's why they blow people's brain because, it must be cheating. This can't even be real. This character isn't supposed to be a combo guy. They're supposed to be simple. Because these people, and you're hiring people that can only see one perspective. Again, I'm not doing the Illuminati thing on purpose, whatever it is, but you're hiring people that can only see one perspective and only like one type of character. And the entire team is like that. It'd be one thing if you have a certain guy, like maybe this guy likes grapplers and that's all he likes, but you need to find the balance. A chicken sandwich isn't just a piece of chicken, dude. It's got a bun. There's a bun too. Maybe there's lettuce. It's a mix, Again, people will find one reason. So I guess this video is talking about multiple things. People will find one specific reason to play a game. I think they underestimate that. They might just play a game because they feel nostalgia for the game, and it keeps them playing. And a love for something and a hate for something can make you irrational, right? And again, you should see I had to block multiple people from my channel just recently, just spamming my channel with it. I must have done something to Max. You know, I must have done something to Max and all this kind of, you're a huge narcissist, you're evil. You know, I mean, this is a great example of people that have a relationship just with a content creator who does video games. They can't even fathom, even though I've showed proof of how shady this motherfucker is and how shady so many people are in the community are, because there's this one thing. They're so laser focused. Maybe Max, maybe they had a sad time in their life and they listened to Max and Benny and I don't know, whatever Max and Benny were doing. I don't know. I have no idea, but Max was playing with Benny. He's playing some game or something. I don't know, but he has that fond memory and it's made him irrational. So now Max must be an amazing person, you know, just like, oh, Clayton must be an evil person. We can't actually find anything that he's actually done, but he must be a super huge narcissist. So I'm going to spam his channel. You know, like I said, I had to block multiple people. The human brain will make you do stupid things. And you only need one reason to become stupid. I know I'm relating this to video game stuff and I'm relating it to real life stuff, right? But again, just to show you that people will fall in love with somebody or a game for one reason, for one thing. Just like people can hate somebody for something, even if it's not real. The human brain is crazy, right? I know I'm kind of talking about video games and psychology and different sort of things, but that was a good social experiment, because if you look at the comments, it proved it. There's multiple people, they're like, yeah, actually, you know what? I only just play that game because I just wanted to do that combo in that game. Or, oh, I just like this character in this game. That's the only reason I play the game. People will do that. And people underestimate that, I think. Not that I think it would have made the City of the Wolves game successful, but I think it would have certainly saved them some money, right? And then relating it to, you know, hiring people that, you know, can't see a broader spectrum of possibilities, right? And then relating it to, I mean, look at people just in the video game community, their favorite content creator. This person must be amazing. They're like blinded by everything else. I'm always focused on Max. He must be amazing. This all must be a lie. None of it, you know, it's ridiculous. Brain is a crazy thing, I guess. Anyway, remember if you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel. It does help the algorithm, but you hate me, don't you? The end.